Happy Wednesday, T Squad. Y'all ready to get into this week's review of Next Gen NYC Season 1, Episode 6? This is another really great episode. I pretty much can confirm that they're going to get a season 2 because it's getting a lot of social media interaction. And the views have been doing really good. They've outnumbered the Real Housewives of New York in the ratings. Yeah. So I think they're going to get another season. But let's get into this week's review. So we start off with Georgia having lunch with Amira, Ariana, Hudson. I forgot the other little white boy name, and her boyfriend Omar. And she tells them that Charlie is unalived to her because he called her poor. And he said, if you were a man, I would slap you right now, which was horrible. They're all shocked at this and cannot believe that he spoke to her that way. And they were like, all of this over a speaker. And she was like, yeah, which I got to him in 6 days. So Hudson was like, I mean, he can go buy another one with the money he should have paid for the box the other night. And apparently that night they were at the box, he had a bottle of 1942 to himself, which was $2,000. That's what he was supposed to cough up the money for. But he said he didn't have a credit card. All he had was Apple Pay. Okay, if you got Apple Pay on your phone, then you can still pay if you got money in your account. So, okay. So the other little white boy that was sitting there at the table with them was like, he texted me and said, thanks for starting the fight because now I get out of it. So they like, oh, he started this on purpose so he wouldn't have to pay. Okay, this is the type of games he liked to play. So at this point, they've decided that they're going to confront Charlie when they go to the Jersey Shore for Brooke's birthday. But they're going to do it on the second night, not the first night, so Brooks can enjoy his birthday weekend. And I already knew right then and there that it was not going to go down the way that they had discussed. But it's quite funny that he want to call people poor and talk about everybody else, but you the one that ain't never got no money. Yeah, that's one of the main things they need to talk to him about outside of his mouth. Like, girl, we know that the funds ain't funding. While you sitting up here trying to clown everybody else. Yeah, get it together. So Kim visits Ariana. She is a terrorist child. Hudson feels like Kim can make her own money, which she can because she is an able-bodied, full-grown woman who can walk and talk and do everything else, and that Ariana needs to stop helping her mama. Because at this point, they were still living in that house, and, you know, I guess sometimes she'll need help for this, that, and the third or whatever, and Ariana will help her. And I agree with Hudson. Like, it's not your fault that your parents are in the position that they are in, and they should not be dependent on you as a child to help them. Now, I can see if every blue moon she asks for help, you know what I'm saying? But as often as they're making it seem like that's horrible. You already took this girl money. Like, what more do you want from her? And my question is, does she ask Brielle for money? Or is she just asking Ariana? So Kim get to the house. She frail as I don't know what. You can tell that the money ain't there no more. The whole time she just got on a little t-shirt, leggings, flip-flops. The fact that that lady was walking around the streets of New York in flip-flops. Gross. You know how much nastiness is on your feet? Think about that. The bacteria, the piss, do not wear sandals around the streets of New York. Okay? Flip-flops at that. Like, don't wear them period outside. Like, it's just gross. Like, but anywho, so she get in their house or whatever, And Ariana tells her that her and Riley have become friends again and that they're gonna meet her for lunch. And she was like, you better not be surprising me with Candy. That she took me to court. Girl, that was like 30 years ago. If you don't get somewhere and sit down, Kim, y'all have had other issues since then. And it ain't got nothing to do with that dang on tardy with the party song. So please stop. Please. And thank you. And I just didn't like her energy, because even when Kim was brought up around Candy, we didn't see her being like, don't bring her around me and this, that, and the third. It's giving, you're the one that's pressed. You don't want to be around her because you can't fake and front no more like you up here when you're really down here. And we all know that you broke. So of course you don't want to be around Candy, because Candy's still up. Gonna always be up. You know what I'm saying? But I just didn't like her attitude. It's like, girl, calm down. It would be an honor for you to be in her presence. And if you wouldn't have screwed her over, maybe that could have been somebody that you could have went to get employment. But you burned so many bridges with folks. That's why don't nobody like you or fool with you. And then on top of that, it pissed me off when they went to lunch. She was very nice to Riley and all of that. But as soon as they sat down and got drinks, she ordered a bottle of wine to the table. Like, we know you not paying for this. We know you're not paying for this. We know Hudson probably is 9 times out of 10. And let me just say, shout out to Hudson, because out of everybody that's on this show, he technically is the wealthiest. His father that owns Zaxby's is a billionaire. And we do not see him going around acting like a douchebag and flaunting his wealth. Like, he's very quiet, very mannerable, well-spoken, a kind young man. I like that little boy. I really honestly do. And that's the way that Charlie should act. But Charlie act just like his prick of a father. But shout out to Hudson. But I'm looking at Kim like, stop using these dang on kids. You should have been ordering a water with a lemon. Up here ordering a bottle of wine to the table. Girl. But then want to sit up here and talk about how Charlie using Hudson. Ain't that the pot calling the kettle black? And then talking about, I'm so hot. I know you is. With that woolly mammoth on top of your head. Like, Kim, stop. So, they tell Kim about the Charlie situation, and she was, like I said, pointing out how he's been using Hudson, and Hudson was like, yeah, and he said something to the effect of how he always like, he said everybody wants Ariana. And Ariana was like, Riley, tell him what happened. So they show us a clip from a few weeks prior where Riley and Charlie had linked up, and he mentioned to Riley that Ariana is cute. And she was like, yeah, she is. Like, I don't know why you telling me that. She got a man. So, So Ariana and Hudson at this point know that Charlie has a crush on her. And Hudson pointed it out that the first day they met Charlie in the club that night, that he gave Ariana a once over. So he had already peeped game that he liked her. Right. So, Kim was like, yeah, so he want to use you for your money and F your girl. Okay. Yeah. And that's exactly what it is. Yeah. But they were talking about, that when they go to the Jersey Shore, how Hudson needs to wear all his jewelry, like to really flex on Charlie or whatever. Because, he got diamond tennis bracelets and tennis necklace and, bust down rollies and all Audemars Piguet and all of that. And he was like, I like wearing my stuff. It ain't about me being flashy. It's just about, I like to rock my stuff. And I'm the same exact way. My everyday jewelry is my designer jewelry. Like my LV earrings or my Versace earrings. Like when I leave out the house and I'm throwing on my jewelry, it's my Versace, it's my Coach, it's my Jacquemus, it's my Marc Jacobs. You know what I'm saying? What other pieces I got? My Givenchy pieces. Like these are my everyday pieces that I wear. Like that's my everyday jewelry. And it's not about me flexing. I bought it. I paid for it. why wouldn't I wear it? So I'm with Hudson on that. But baby, it was Charlie in his confessional talking about Hudson style, talking about this Christian rock band lookalike style he wears. Baby, when he said that, y'all, I hollered because it was true. He do look like one of them Christian edgy pastors. Like, oh my God, that was funny. That was funny. It really honestly was. So as they're heading to the Jersey Shore, Charlie is in the car with Chloe and Brooks. Everybody else is in the other car. Gia and her boyfriend are already there because, they're hosting. And Charlie texts Georgia saying, are they going to beef or are they going to hug it out and act like nothing ever happened? Are you conscious, sir? Like, do you not remember the horrendous things you just said to this girl? He wants to be a demon, but then don't want to acknowledge his demon activities, which is beyond me. So Georgia is like he is tripping. Like, if he think that we just gonna go back to like everything is all good. So they get to the house and he tries to speak to Georgia and she's looking at him like, if you don't get the fuck out of my face. And he had the nerve to look at that girl and say, is this real? Like, you're really not gonna speak to me? Yeah, motherfucker. Like, get the fuck out of my face. Like, please, Bart Simpson, because that's exactly what he looked like. Skedaddle. Like, make it make sense. So Brooks asked Georgia what happened between them because nobody had told him, and they didn't tell him for the simple fact that they wanted him to enjoy his birthday and that they would address it on the last day. But Georgia couldn't keep her mouth shut and ended up telling him what was going on. Brooks immediately in his confessional was like, I don't want any parts of it. I just really want to enjoy my birthday. I'm going to be like Meredith Marks and mind my business because I don't want to be involved in it. And it's like, well, if you don't want to be involved in it, then why the hell did you ask her about it? So Gia had put together this crab boil, whatever. She tells everybody to come down and eat. And Amir was like, it looks great, but I can't eat that. I'm not a seafood person. So she orders Red Robins to eat, which is disgusting. I tried Red Robins one time and it was disgusting. But she's sitting at the table with her food and like she ordered a lot of food. I don't know if her boyfriend ate the crab boil or not, or if he just ordered with her, but she had a lot of food. And Georgia was like, it's food in the refrigerator. And Amira was like, I'm not eating that. And Georgia was like, the Ozempic is wearing off, being smart. And Amira looked at her. She ain't say nothing, but she looked at her like, bitch. But in her confessional, she was like, why are you policing what I eat? Like, mind your business. She was like, I don't need some skinny bitch telling me what I should and should not eat. Period. Like, what? And like she had said, I hadn't eaten anything all day. Like, people be weird with stuff like that. Like, why do you care what this lady eating? If she don't want to eat what's in the refrigerator, she don't have to. She don't have to, Now, it was kind of snotty the way that Amira said it. Like, I'm not eating that. Like, okay, calm down, chill. You ain't have to say it like that. But yeah, people got to mind what they say. Like, think about what you say before you speak. Please stop. So on the way to the casino that night, Gia, her boyfriend Christian, Charlie, Brooks, and Chloe are all in the same car. And Gia decides it's the perfect time to start grilling Charlie on his behavior and how he should handle the situations with everybody that he's into it with. And she's just going on and on and on and on and on and keep on going back and forth with him when he's not willing to take accountability. He's trying to shut her up. She won't get the hint. He's getting frustrated. Brooks crawls into the trunk. Because Brooks is all like, I don't want to be involved in this. I just want to get to the casino and gamble. That's all I want to do. Like, where's my mom when I need her? And it's like, I get what Gia was trying to do, but like, Charlie is a person that you cannot talk sense into. He is avoidant when it comes to confrontation. He likes to start the fire and then run and act like he didn't do anything, right? And what cracked me up is that she grilling him like that in the car, and then later on wanted to get mad when everybody else had an issue with him. Gia gets on my nerves. I don't like her, have not liked her since she was a child. She always been too grown, always had too much of a mouth on her. She remind me too much of her mama. Like, get her off of here. Like, please. She can go. She can really go. So they get to the casino. Amira and Ariana tell Georgia just to go talk to Charlie, just to get it over with, you know. So they go and meet up with Charlie. And as soon as Georgia walks up, he immediately walks over to her. I'm sorry. I forgive me for what I said. I'm just so sorry. You know, I'm sorry. Because, you know, that's what he like to do. He like to just throw out a I'm sorry that he does not mean, just to end it and so he can feel better about the situation and be comfortable. But Georgia doesn't play into his antics this time. And she was like, I don't want to have basically anything to do with you after the way you spoke to me. Like, absolutely not. And I don't blame her. Like, because you was never my friend if you could sit up there and say something like that to me. Period. Okay. But she also mentions that there are other people who are upset with him. He was like, who else is mad at me? I mean, I know it's probably Riley. Like, who else? So at this point, he want to leave, right? He want to leave because he cannot talk his way out of this situation this time. People are actually holding him accountable. And of course, that makes him antsy and he cannot handle it. Ooh, even though he's the oldest person here. So back at the table, Georgia says to the group what happened and that he wants to leave. Here go Gia ass. But he shouldn't leave. He should be able to have a good time. You guys also have been very good friends. So for you to like switch so fast. What the And so Georgia was like, no, you don't even know what happened. Like, mind your business. How you talking on something that you don't even know nothing about? And at the end of the day, this is between me and him. So even if you knew about what was said, mind your business. So after she keeps on going on and on, Riley jumps in and says to Christian, Gia's boyfriend, if Charlie said to Gia, if she were a man, he slapped the ish out of her, how would you feel? And Christian says, I slapped the F out of him. And Riley was like, exactly. So it's not a switch situation. Charlie then joins the table, right? And everybody's just trying to just push through or whatever. And Ariana is taking a selfie with Brooks. And Charlie is sitting on the opposite side of her. So they're taking a selfie. So she turns this way and was like, Charlie, look, to take a picture. Which to me is fake. Because you've been talking all this mess about him. You know he like you and want to sleep with you. Why are you asking him to jump in a selfie? Like, that was weird to me, to be honest with you. It really honestly was weird to me. And Georgia points that out. So she talking to Riley about, you know, like, that's fake, you know, and Ariana can hear her. So Ariana's like, speak up if you got something you want to say. Hudson is co-signing Ariana. Georgia keep on going and going and going and talking about it to Riley. And Gia says, you know, the poor kid, he's sitting at dinner, shut the fuck up. And Riley said, okay, pause. Because who you think you talking to, okay? She was like, this poor kid, he's 29. Who gives a fuck? And I'm like, exactly. He is not no damn kid. And you was just grilling him in the car. And that was okay, I guess, because they wasn't around for that. But when other people got an issue with them, it's, oh, this is so childish. This is so stupid. Y'all need to shut up. And shut up. Because if he said that to you, you would have lost your mind. Called your mammy, called your daddy over there in Jamaica or wherever he living, child. You would have lost your mind and you would never want to have anything else to do with Charlie if he had said that to you. Okay? You would have called all the Guidos and Guidettes that you knew. So please stop, Gia. Please stop. You're so out of pocket. And she need to watch her mouth too, because who the hell you telling to shut the fuck up? Baby, I don't know if I was Riley, I would have cussed her out. Okay, you try that shit with your mammy and your uncle. Don't try that over here, little girl. You big-eyed freak. Like, I can't stand Gia. So at this point, everybody's into it. Everybody's arguing. Georgia even feel like a mirror being fake. Like, it is just out of control. And the episode goes off. I love this show. It's so good. So good. I wish there was some more romantic relationships on it so we can get like that heels kind of vibe to it. You know what I'm saying? Seeing people fall in love and their romantic relationships. I wish it had that vibe going on, but I'm still loving the show. I'm going to give this week's episode of Next Gen NYC. I'm going to give it a A. I really enjoyed this week's episode. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this week's episode down below in the comments section. Oh, before I go, you guys, if you have not joined me over on Patreon, right now on my second tier, the High Tea Squad tier, we're watching the limited series, The Better Sister. Episode 1 of my reaction video is up right now. This is my kind of show. This is my kind of show. It's a murder mystery thing going on. It stars Jessica Biel and Elizabeth Banks. So good. It's, I think, 6 episodes or maybe 8 episodes. Y'all, it's so good. So join me over there. We're watching that on my second tier. But for both tiers, we're doing Baddies Going Wild, Baddies Africa, Basketball Wives, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, and Real Housewives of Atlanta right now. So join me over on Patreon, you guys. The link is down below in the description box. All right, you guys, I'll see you on the next video. Bye.